States and Minorities by Babasaheb Ambedkar. Article 2, Section 1. Fundamental Rights of Citizens. The Constitution of the United States of India shall recognize the following as fundamental rights of citizenship. 1. All persons born or naturalized within its territories are citizens of the United States of India and of the state wherein they reside. Any privilege or disability arising out of rank, birth, person, family, religion, or religious usage and custom is abolished. 2. No state shall make or enforce any law or custom which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, and property without due process of law, nor deny to any process and person within its jurisdiction equal protection of law. 3. All citizens are equal before the law and possess equal civic rights. Any existing enactment, regulation, order, custom, or interpretation of law by which any penalty, disadvantage, or disability is imposed upon any discrimination is made against any citizen shall, as from the day on which this Constitution comes into operation, cease to have any effect. 4. Whoever denies to any person, except for reasons by law applicable to persons of all classes and regardless of their social status, the full enjoyment of any of the accommodations, advantages, facilities, privileges of inns, educational institutions, roads, paths, streets, tanks, wells, and other watering places, public conveniences on land, air, or water, theatres, or other places of public amusement, resort to convenience, whether they are dedicated to or maintained or licensed for the use of the public, shall be guilty of an offence. 5. All citizens shall have equal access to all institutions, conveniences, and amenities maintained by or for the public. 6. No citizen shall be disqualified to hold any public office or exercise any trade or calling by reason of his or her religion, caste, creed, sex, or social status. 7. 1. Every citizen has the right to reside in any part of India. No law shall be made abridging the right of a citizen to reside except for consideration of public order and morality. 2. Every citizen has the right to settle in any part of India, subject to the production of a certificate of citizenship from the state of his origin. The permission to settle shall not be refused or withdrawn except on grounds specified in subclause 4 of this clause. 3. The state in which a citizen wishes to settle may not impose any special charge upon him in respect of such settlement other than the charge imposed upon its own inhabitants. The maximum fees chargeable in respect of permits for settlement shall be determined by laws made by the Union Legislature. 4. The permission to settle may be refused or withdrawn by a state from persons a. who have been habitual criminals, b. whose intention to settle is to alter the communal balance of the state, c. who cannot prove to the satisfaction of the state in which they wish to settle that they have an assured means of subsistence and who are likely to become or have become a permanent burden upon public charity, d. whose state of origin refuses to provide adequate assistance for them when requested to do so. 5. Permission to settle may be made conditional upon the applicant being capable of work and not having been a permanent charge upon public charity in the place of his origin and able to give security against unemployment. 6. Every expulsion must be confirmed by the Union government. 7. Union legislature shall define the difference between settlement and residence and at the same time prescribe regulations governing the political and civil rights of persons during their residence. 8. The Union government shall guarantee protection against persecution of a community as well as against internal disorder or violence arising in any part of India. 9. Subjecting a person to forced labor or to involuntarily servitude shall be an offence. 10. The right of the people to be secure in their powers, houses, papers, persons, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall be not violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. 11. The right of a citizen to vote shall not be denied or abridged on any account other than immaturity, imprisonment, and insanity. 12. No law shall be made abridging the freedom of speech, of the press, of association, and of assembly except for consideration of public order and morality. 13. No bill of attainder or ex post facto law shall be passed. 14. The state shall guarantee to every Indian citizen liberty of conscience and the free exercise of his religion, including the right to profess, to preach, and to convert within limits compatible with public order and morality. 15. No person shall be compelled to become a member of any religious association, submit to any religious instruction, or perform any acts of religion. Subject to the foregoing provision, parents and guardians shall be entitled to determine the religious education of children up to the age of 16. 16. No person shall incur any penalties of any kind whatsoever by reason of his caste, creed, or religion, nor shall any person be permitted to refuse or fulfill any obligation of citizenship on the ground of caste, creed, or religion. 17. The state shall not recognize any religion as state religion. 18. Persons having following in religion shall be guaranteed freedom of association and shall have, if they so desire, the right to call upon the state to pass legislation in terms approved by them, making them into a body corporate. 19. Every religious association shall be free to regulate and administer its affairs within the limits of the laws applicable to all. 20. Religious associations shall be entitled to levy contributions on their members who are willing to pay them if their law of incorporation permits them to do so. No person may be compelled to pay taxes the proceeds of which are specifically appropriated for the use of any religious community of which he is not a member. 21. All offences under this section shall be deemed to be cognizable offences. The Union Legislature shall make laws to give effect to such provisions as require legislation for that purpose and to prescribe punishment for those acts which are declared to be offences. The end.